I didn't have enough books that I haven't read yet on my TBR, I did a little book haul yesterday, and I'm not even sorry. I'm just not. A couple of these I've heard about, you know, word of mouth, mostly through TikTok, and then a couple I didn't, and I just picked them up because they looked good to me. So let's just get right into it. The first one, actually, maybe I'll get into the first one. This one was not at Target. I happened to see this one at the dollar store, and I've seen it a couple of times, and I finally was just like, I just feel like I should get it. I feel like it's been calling me for like months now, and I don't know why it's at the dollar store, but it says it's a New York Times bestselling author. So I figured, why not? This is Good Company by Cynthia Dupree Sweeney. I have not necessarily heard of this one before, but she has reviews from Eileen Hillenbrand. I don't know, everyone says her name different. I've never heard of these other three people, but they all are good reviews. It's supposed to be about a woman who's been happily married for 20 years, but then one day she finds her husband's wedding ring like in an envelope, and she's like, wait, what the heck is going on? And the kicker is he claimed to have lost his ring one summer when their daughter Ruby was 5. So he clearly didn't lose his ring. So like, why are you saying that you did? There's definitely some kind of issue going on in the marriage, and I don't think she's quite aware of like what's going on. So this book is pretty much about her figuring out like what the heck's going on, why isn't he talking to me, that kind of thing. That's the vibe I'm getting from this book. The cover definitely enticed me. It looks pretty cool. It's got paper flowers on it. I'm a crafty person. It's just all around just like, it looks good. So we're gonna have that one. This next one is by an author who I have read books from before and I absolutely love. Her name is Mary Kabuka. And I have not heard about this one on TikTok yet. I don't know if it's just because I didn't scroll enough, I'm not on there enough, or whatever. But this is called Just the Nicest Couple. The cover alone got me. It just really feels very ominous, very thriller. The orange like in the sky, I don't know, it definitely called me. I just happened to see it on Target shelf and I was like, oh, let me read about that. This one says Jake Hayes is missing. This much is certain. At first, his wife Nina thinks he's blowing off steam in a friend's house after they had a heated fight. But then a day goes by, then 2, then 5, and then all of a sudden Jake's nowhere to be found. Lily Scott, Nina's friend and coworker, thinks she may have been the last to see Jake before he went missing, and she confesses everything to her husband Christian, and the two decide that nobody can find out what happened leading up to Jake's disappearance, especially not Nina. But Nina's out there looking for her husband, and she won't stop until the truth is discovered. So like, who is this Lily person, and what did you do with Jake before he disappeared? Very sketchy, but definitely had those vibes. That's the one. Her local woman missing. I still to this day think about that book. It was so good. So I'm a fan of Mary Kabuka, so I'm excited about this one for sure. This one I have also never heard from anyone before. I just happened to see it at Target and I fell in love with what it looked like. I'm just that person, you know, the no judging a book by its cover, that's not me. I do it all the time. I really need a good cover to entice me, unless I've heard otherwise. A cover gets me. And also, I think this might, well, it's not my first book, but I only have maybe a handful or less than a handful of books that have colored pages. Oh, it's just so pretty. And then the cover, it's called Fragile Sanctuary. There's fairies on it. There's lots of color. There's the graphic on there, or the hologram, whatever the heck you call it. I'm not even, or not fairies, I guess they're dragonflies. It kind of shouts like fantasy to me. And to be honest, I'm not even quite sure. I don't think it's fantasy. It's more like suspense, but let's see. It says, the scowl should have been my first cue to stay away from Anson Hunt. The sexy smirk and fact that he's my brother's best friend. Reasons 2 and 3. Not to mention he's the new contractor working on my house. He's everything I'm not. Grumpy, rude, and little more detached from his solitude. It doesn't matter how many times I try to kill him with my kindness, the man won't crack. Until he sees me shatter. Because my world comes crashing down around me, Anson is now the one that's catching me as I fall, and his so-called accident starts plaguing every part of my life. It's Anson who steps up to keep me safe. As he does, I can't help but feel a flicker of heat, and it only takes a single moment of spark to ignite into flames and engulf both of us. But Anson's a man with secrets, and they have a price. When they're revealed, neither of us will make it unscathed. So definitely a romance error, but the cover just got me. I have also never heard of this author, Catherine Cowles, I believe you say it. But it says USA Today bestselling author. But yeah, it looks cute. I believe, yeah, this one, oh, it smells so good. If you're a reader, you know. So those characteristics alone, I was like, all right, cool, let's try it. And these two are definitely book talk. I've seen everywhere that they're so amazing, they're so great, so I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and go for it. This first one is 1,000 Broken Pieces. I've heard that this book shatters people, like lose all control, can't stop crying for days, and I'm definitely in the mood for that. I don't know why, but I am. This is by Tilly Cole. I can't now remember. I think the other one I read of her is 1,000 Boy Kisses, if I remember correctly. I liked it for sure. I don't know if I'd call it earth-shattering to me, but this one, people are saying it is, so I'm gonna go with it and we'll see. But it looks cool too. Like, I really do like the cover. It's very pretty. And this next one is supposed to be super spicy, super, dark. On the cover it says, the couple who slays together stays together. And this is lights out. I've heard so many great things about this book. Everyone's telling me I need to read it. So I finally got it. And I felt like it was one that I really can't just like listen to on audio or my Kindle. I really needed to have like the cover, the physical book. And so I'm pretty excited about this one. This was a dark romance like you've never seen before. I want someone with a soul as black as night, someone who could burn the world down for me and not lose a single minute of sleep over it. And I'm guessing that's her. I think that's her text. And then it says, I want things most people don't, craving darkness and depravity instead of light and love. So this is about a trauma nurse, Allie, who doesn't need any more kinks. She likes the one that she has landed on just fine. To her, nothing could stop the masked man she follows online. She fantasizes about one man in particular hunting her down, but she never could have guessed that one drunken text could make those dreams into a reality. So like right there, that is something I would never want. I've actually seen a video, I think it was on TikTok, where this girl and this guy, they had like this hunt prey game where she would go into the woods and hide somewhere and he'd have to come find her and he would hunt her down and like chase her and like capture her and like almost like a kidnapping. But this was like their foreplay. Not for me, to each their own. But I don't know. I have to see it through because people say it's so good. Josh Hammond has spent his life avoiding the limelight, but his online persona is another story. At night, he posts masked thirst traps for his millions of fans, but one follower has caught his eye, Allie. Together, Allie and Josh live out their darkest fantasies, unaware that Allie has captured the attention of someone with far more sinister intentions. As Josh turns from predator to protector, he must ask himself how far he'll go for the woman he's obsessed with. So a third person gets involved. And I'm guessing it's a dark romance, but I heard some spicy stuff goes on in here. So again, not something I feel like I would pick out on my own because the hunting, prey thing, I don't know. But I'm here for dark romance. I've read, what's the series? I've read the Emily McIntyre series. I haven't read this one, but I've read the other three. I've also read The Haunting Adeline. So, and what's the one with the lighthouse on it? I can't remember, but I've read some dark romance. So I'm here for it. I'm okay with it. It's just, we'll have to see. Not really sure. Currently though, I am reading a Cherie LaPena book. It's called What Have You Done? My rabbit decided to eat the book. I'm not going to talk about that. That's definitely my fault because I left her alone with it, not thinking that she would eat my book. And then I know if you watched my previous video, I had said that I was not going to read 3 books this year. And then when I was laying in bed last night, I remembered why I do read 3 books. And this is like at a time. And the reason is because the different formats allow me to read in different settings. For example, my Kindle, which I'm reading The Housemaid's Wedding, this allows me to read in bed at night, and my husband's in bed with me too, and he doesn't want to have the light on. So this is great because I can read in the dark and this does not bother him. The light is not enough that it affects him. He probably would let me keep the light on because he's nice about it, but like, I know he doesn't want it on. And then audiobook wise, I can't remember what I'm reading, so I have to put it on here. But audiobooks are great because they allow me to exercise or drive the car, and I can listen to the book. And then physical books, they're the ones that I like to cozy up with on the couch, or in my blankets, and snuggle up and whatever. Now, I know other people, I've heard, they try to get the same book on all 3 devices, and then that way they're finishing the book quicker, which I do like that concept. However, I'm not one that's going to buy the book twice. Like, if I have it in physical format and it's not on like Kindle Unlimited, or I can get it from the library for free, like, then I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to buy the book 3 different times. For me, I can't make that rationalization. But if it's like if I can get it in all 3 areas and it doesn't cost any extra, then that is a beneficial thing, because I would like to be able to have one book and then just read it in 3 different ways. I'm okay with that. I still want to do extra. So if anyone has like a workaround too, definitely let me know down in the comments what you do, if that's something that you do. I've only done it, I think, once before, and I did like it, but it's not something I'm used to. So trying different things this year and trying to get all my books read. My goal for this year is 88 books. Last year I read 80. I really wanted to do 100 and I just couldn't get there. But last year was a little crazy. So this year I think I'm starting off right. We're gonna get into the jam of things, and I'm excited to tell you about these books in a future review. So if you have any comments without spoilers about these books, definitely let me know down below, and stay tuned for the future reviews of these books. All right, see you soon.